With Enlightenment, the Black Guardian trilogy, as it were, comes to a close. And so we have this strange journey where the Doctor and his companions appear on what appears to be these old ships, but they've, I guess, been converted into spaceships or made to look that way because they've kidnapped crew members from different points in time on Earth, and they're racing past Venus and all this stuff. But the race is all for the prize of enlightenment. And the aliens, if I guess, I mean, they're kind of these, I guess, extra dimensional entities of some sort, they're called Eternals. What a coincidence! But they don't have the mindset of human beings. At least most that we see on the ship that the Doctor arrives on, they don't. There's one creepy one who becomes obsessed with Tegan. And it's clear he's, got a thing for her, but he doesn't know he has a thing. He doesn't understand what it is. They live through human emotions and thoughts and whatnot, but they don't understand completely what they are and all of that sort of stuff. And since they have nothing else to live for, since they live forever, the pursuit of enlightenment is a prize that they seek, but enlightenment would be the knowledge of everything, supposedly, and all this sort of thing. Well, the contest is held by the Black and White Guardians. So these immortal beings are in the race, and the other ships are getting destroyed. Well, there's a pirate ship among the batch, and this is where it kind of deviates, because the captain of the pirate ship, she doesn't have any lacking in a emotion or anything or personality. She's got it all over the place, and she's ambitious, and she's killing the other ships, and she directly serves the Black Guardian in all of this, and ends up with Turlough and all that, but ultimately the story is about Turlough and finally having to come to the final confrontation with the Black Guardian, which he foolishly got himself stuck in with his Faustian bargain and all that. And but the other elements of it was just the weird side of the ships and stuff like that. So I'm not entirely certain if it's just, some Eternals are different from others, and that's how you wrap it up into that, as to what they do and what kind of people they are. In the end, they just fade away. They can no longer exist in the universe as we know it and all of that. So it's a curious thing. I think the show had some kind of production problems or something like that, so maybe it didn't turn out quite the way they would have wanted it to. But just for the pace and adventure and the Doctor having to figure out how the pirate captain is destroying other ships, he does. Tegan is used in that, and she puts a crystal in her tiara, that's and all that sort of stuff. So it works on just for the span of adventure, but I'm a little befuddled at all the aspects of it as to what exactly the Eternals are. But in the end, they're not really that relevant because it's really about Turlough. And he ends up at the chance to take the prize, and so there's this diamond there. And the Black Guardians tell them, hey, you kill the Doctor, you can have the TARDIS, you can have it all, and all this sort of stuff. And he ends up rejecting the prize, which is this diamond, and he shoves it off to the Black Guardian, and he erupts in flames and screams in agony and fades away. So the Doctor says, well, it wasn't really the diamond at all, it was the choice. So, and that pertains to Turlough, but had one of the Eternals made it there, I'm assuming it would have been a different type of scenario. Like, what would their choice be? And if they choose wisely, then by that they do have the Enlightenment. So I guess that's what in the end Turlough chose, to go to reject the Black Guardian's promises of power and everything. Because in the end, he did not want to kill the Doctor. He got to know the man. He sees he's not an evil villain or anything like that, and Says, I just can't do that. He came across as a sleazy guy, wanted to have fun and stuff, when he was at the school and wanted to escape Earth and all that. But, just murdering some guy, he just, no, I really can't do it. And so then it ends there with him saying he wants to return to his home planet. So that's it for the Black Guardian series, which comes all the way back to the Key to Time storyline. So I don't think they ever revisited it. And I remember there was some, like, in fan theories and stuff, wouldn't it be an interesting aspect if the Master and the Doctor became the new White and Black Guardian? Don't know what that would entail for them to do, but be a lot more interesting than where it is now. But well, that was about it. Two guys with birds on their heads. Yeah, well, and that was in fashion at the time, I guess, for Guardians. But it was a show that, despite whatever the production problems were at the time, the sets looked fine, and they made use of the scenarios of the story to keep it in studio and that sort of thing. And for all intents and purposes, worked in that aspect of it. So I don't really have much problem with it. It's just a few things that I guess they just leave open there for people to wonder what this or that means and all of that. But yeah, a good episode. And obviously the Doctor's the heroic figure in it, but it resolves around Turlough and his challenge, and so it's basically a Turlough adventure. Tegan has this strange encounter with the Eternal, who clearly look, the guy, he's got the hots for her, and some aspects is rather creepy. So it's probably for the best that he disappeared. He's kind of begging Tegan, I don't want to go, but what was she supposed to do? It's like, well, it's kind of sad. He looked pretty miserable, but at the same time, oh man, gotta be glad he's gone, huh? So, anywho, huh? Well, no, you gotta have some good Who's for a Doctor Who. Yeah, it can't just be anybody. So anyway, it's okay. It's fine ending. I don't think it's all that spectacular or anything, but it probably didn't necessarily need to be. But I mean, it's like, this super cosmic enemy that you're facing, and it leaves it to where you can't really kill the Black Guardian, and then they'll return. But there's not much else to it. Who are they? Why are they there? And all this sort of stuff. And it's left open. Yeah, because chances are, if you try to explain it, it makes it all rather stale. So, Doctor Who wins again. Oh, boy, I didn't see that coming, huh? Wow. So anyway, up next, a little demonic, if you will, and the Master. Well, of course, wouldn't that fit? It sure would. Anyway, next up, the King's Demons. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh, my goodness, so many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh, yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin.